Hey, what's up, guys? There's a little music for you there. Thanks for tuning in. Lonny Eagleton here, taking over the Andy Show TV Instagram page. And yeah, you've probably seen me on the show a few times. I've been a guest on Andy's podcast, probably about 10 times now or so. And yeah, just going to answer some questions today, tell some stories, say what's up. We love connecting with you guys in any way we can. And unfortunately, we can't be on tour right now for obvious reasons, but we can't wait to get back out on the road. And we're doing what we can to, say hi to you guys whenever we can. So yeah, I'm going to answer some questions here. Let's see. Okay. It's been a couple years since I've done a live stream. So I think there's a little question bubble at the bottom. Okay, gonna wait for some of those. Let's see, I'll start by telling a little story here. So I actually heard Andy talk about this on a recent interview we did with Rock Sound, and I thought it was really funny, so I wanted to bring it up today. The story is the first time I met Jake and Jinx, the two guitar players for Black Veil Brides. So the first time I met them was when I was on tour with Andy Black in the solo band, and we had a show in LA. Jake and Jinx came to it, and Andy wanted to introduce me to them because he knew I was a big fan. And he's like, man, I want you to make a good impression, so you gotta do this. First time you meet Jake, walk up to him and, put your hand on his stomach and then go whoop, right up to his chin, which sounds like a crazy thing. And I'm like, man, that sounds insane. But he's like, no, just do it. It's an inside joke. He's going to love it. He's going to think it's hilarious. And I'm like, all right. So I walk up to Jake, never met him before. Whoop. Of course, he just looks at me like I'm crazy. And it turns out Andy was just messing with me. And it wasn't, in fact, an inside joke. And Andy had to come up and clear the whole thing up, and we all laugh about it now. But yeah, that was sort of a funny thing that happened. So, anyways, gonna get to some of you guys' questions here. All right. So let's see. Hope you guys are all having a good quarantine, staying busy to some extent. So yeah, let's just get started here. So I see this one's from FN Fantastic Booksterd. Wow, that's an intense Instagram handle. Holy crap. So they're asking, do you have a favorite song to play when you're just chilling with a guitar? Let's see. Lately I've been enjoying playing the Black Dog riff from Led Zeppelin. I actually had a Skype chat with a friend recently, and I was teaching them that riff. I'm a big Led Zeppelin fan. I got the tattoos of the band right there. So yeah, that's a go-to of mine. I also love playing Enter Sandman. That's kind of a go-to. Other than that, just basic noodling. Stuff like that. Good question. All right, let's see what else we got here. Another question. Okay. So this is from, I think you guys can see it on the screen when I put it up there, but just in case you can't, Vic is random. That's the Instagram handle. Sorry, Vic. So, what's your favorite moment of the Mexico show? Also, thanks for inspiring me to play bass. Oh, that makes me so happy that I've inspired you to play bass. That really means a lot. I remember, being a kid and a teenager, and even now I still look up to a lot of people, and I'm always inspired to start playing or inspired to learn a new instrument. And the fact that I can give that same feeling to somebody else, that really means a lot to me. So I'm really happy to hear that. And thanks for the red heart too. That really is the most valued heart emoji, I'd say. Red hearts, they outweigh the purple hearts and the yellow hearts for sure. Anyways, what's your favorite moment of the Mexico show? I think there was a moment where there was a girl standing in the front row at the venue, and she was holding a big light up sign that said, "Welcome to the band, Lonny." And I thought that was very cool. That really made me feel good. Another standout moment of the show was, so for those of you who don't know, I actually have Black Veil Bride's lyrics tattooed on my arm. And when we were playing the song pertaining to those lyrics, Andy walked over to me, and as he was singing the lyrics, he kind of like grabbed my arm. And that was pretty cool, you know, we sort of shared that moment together, and that was a special one for me. So, let's get to some more questions here. Let's see. Favorite part of tour? What inspires you? Let's just do this basic question here. How's life? Life's been pretty cool. You know, I've been enjoying time at home. Although I really do wish I could be on tour right now. I'm constantly reminded that, man, we would have been in the middle of our tour within this moment right now in the States. And that's just so tough to think about, because we had so much momentum coming off of the first show we did with me and the band in Mexico. And so to now just kind of be stuck at home, it's tough. But, you know, I'm staying busy. I'm working on growing my YouTube channel right now. I've been putting out new YouTube videos every week, bass lessons for Black Veil Bride songs, you know, just stuff about me. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet. New videos coming out every week. I've also been working on my sculpture here. I just put out a post about that yesterday. And yeah, really happy with how this turned out. So yeah, staying busy with hobbies. But yeah, I definitely can't wait to get back out on tour whenever that happens and see the guys again and hang out. You know, I just want to get back in the tour bus and playing shows. And yeah, you know, it's just so fun being a part of Black Veil Brides now and playing their songs, and man, it's just such a great time. So I definitely can't wait to do that again. But life's pretty good, you know. I get to hang out with my wife Rita and spend a lot of time with her now, which I don't always get to do when I'm on tour. So just, you know, there's definitely some upsides to it. But yeah, trust me when I say that all we want to do is be back out on the road playing for you guys. All right, I'm gonna pick this up. Try to read some of you guys' comments here. Your sculpture is amazing. Thank you so much, Marianne. That really means a lot. Yeah, I just wish I could grow as good of a beard as I could sculpt. It's coming in all colorful. I actually have a gray hair in there somewhere, which is really freaking me out. But yeah, thanks for saying the sculpture is cool. Let's see what else you guys have been saying. Congratulations on getting married. Thank you so much. Yeah, we got married in December. So it's pretty recent, but yeah, we're both really happy about it, and yeah, she's great. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Besides your own music, what other bands are you into? As I said earlier, Led Zeppelin's my favorite band. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of Boston. I don't know if you guys know the band Boston. They do like More Than a Feeling, More Than a Feeling, stuff like that. Van Halen's a big inspiration of mine. A lot of people don't know this. I'm really into the band In Excess. They're a band from the 90s out of Australia. They have some big hits like New Sensation, Devil Inside. I've also been listening to a lot of Burton Cummings lately. You guys might not know him. He's the lead singer of the band called The Guess Who, and I'm really into his solo material. So yeah, getting back to some more questions. Let's see. Here's a cool one. What age were you when you started guitar? So I was 13. I had just turned 13 years old. Actually, I was technically 12, but it was a week before a week before I turned 13. So yeah, I technically say I was 13 when I started. And now I'm 28, so I've been playing for 15 years. All right. What's your favorite BVB song? It's kind of always changing. Lately, I've been into the song Devil's Choir, actually. I just love how it turns all major and triumphant in the chorus. But yeah, another one I've always been into is Rebel Love Song. The song Wretched and Divine is very cool too. And yeah, definitely into the new ones as well, The Vengeance and Saints of the Blood, especially because I had a part in creating those. So of course, those are very special for me. And I just love seeing myself in the music videos, and yeah, those would be some good ones too. All right, gonna look for another question here. How many tattoos do you have, brah? Okay. So I have, I don't know, 7, I think. Yeah, the first one I got was this treble clef here. And actually, me and Juliet have talked about this a lot, Andy's wife. Her first tattoo was also a treble clef. So that's kind of a neat story. And my second one was the Led Zeppelin symbols. I got that on my first trip to LA. And then after that I got the Black Veil Brides lyrics. And then I got this Stevie Nicks portrait, who is the lead singer of Fleetwood Mac. And yeah, I just think she's great, great voice, and she really captures that era of 70s rock and roll that I just love so much. And after that, I got this Eagle Rose combo. Those were done at the same time. So the funny thing is I went in there to the shop, and I just wanted to get roses, just a bunch of roses here. And then the artist was like, no, man, let's do more than that. Like, I'm really feeling inspired today. And I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, how about we do like an animal? And I was like, oh, sure. How about an eagle? And he's like, yeah. So then we found this picture in National Geographic, and or he did anyways. And then he drew it up, and yeah, it looks so awesome. This is probably my favorite tattoo, I think. I really dig it. And I actually got this right before I went on tour with Mariana's Trench. And so the entire tour, this was healing, and it was like peeling in my bunk in the bus. And if you see pictures of me from that tour, this was like 3 or 4 years ago. It's like super red during the shows. And yeah, after that, I got this water face here, which is essentially just a model with like water running down her face. And then on the inside, I got this Roman numerals clock thing with another rose there. So yeah, I wasn't counting during that, but I think that's 7. So anyways, those are the tattoos I have. So far, it's just the one arm. Maybe I'll expand other parts of my body, but for now, I'm feeling pretty good with what I got. All right. And yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate you, that you care what I'm up to here. So, let's see. This is a cool one. Nice beard. Thank you. So I've kind of been joking around saying that I'm not going to shave until the next concert, the next Black Veil Brides concert. And at first it was sort of like a reasonable joke because we didn't know how long this was going to last. But now it's been like a month or 2 of self-isolation, and the beard's kind of getting out of hand. But I'm staying true to my word. And I'm also contemplating shaving it down to a mustache, but that might just look ridiculous. So I don't know, but I'm glad you like the beard. Thank you. Trying to make it work. And oh yeah, I also have this secret dream that I'm hoping when the band gets back together again, once this quarantine's over, that we all just have crazy beards down to the floor and we look like ZZ Top. I think that would be hilarious, but probably wouldn't work too well with the image of the band. I'm glad you think it looks good though. Yeah. Okay, gonna look for some more questions here. Oh. Button. Actually, here I'm gonna tell another story here. So this is something I wanted to talk about. In I think it was 2014 or 2015. Before I had met anyone in Black Veil Brides or any of the band members, I actually bought my dad the Wretched and Divine CD for Christmas. I think it was, or it might have been his birthday. But yeah, I mailed it to him along with a letter, and I just said, hey, check out this band that I'm really into, because he's a big music fan, and he was responsible for introducing me to a lot of bands when I was coming up. So I wanted to kind of return the favor, and I'm like, hey, I think you'd really like these guys. I'm super into them right now. And I sent him Wretched and Divine along with a letter describing what the concept was from the album, because there's a big story concept record. I just sort of explained that, how there's all the characters and whatnot. And he liked it, he listened to it a lot, and he's like, thanks, this is great. I really dig it. It really reminds me of, bands that I listened to as a kid. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then, the neat thing was when I got the audition to play in Andy's solo band, I got to call my dad up and be like, hey, remember that band that I sent you that CD for? Yeah, I'm actually playing for the lead singer now. And he's like, what? So, that's a pretty cool story. And then, it eventually evolved to another phone call. Hey, what's up? He asked me to join the band, Black Veil Brides, the band that I had gifted you that CD years ago. So it's funny how things come full circle. And yeah, the whole story is just, how I came to be a member of this band is crazy. And I'm just, forever grateful for the opportunity. And yeah, like I said earlier, can't wait to get out on the road and play some shows. Hello from Spain. What's up, Spain? I really hope to come to Spain someday. Looks like a very cool city. Yeah, I was actually in Morocco last summer, and I saw Spain from across the ocean because Morocco's very close to Spain. It's just right underneath the Mediterranean Sea, or it separates them or something. So I got to see Spain across the water, but I've never actually walked on it. So hopefully someday. All right, gonna find another question here. Let's see. Favorite Led Zeppelin song is Heartbreaker. It's off the second album. That riff is just one of my favorites. Here, I'll play it for you right now. Let's see. It goes up. Yeah, that's my favorite Led Zeppelin song. I also like, The Ocean has a cool riff. A Whole Lot of Love. Yeah, anyways. I could go on for hours. I got kind of carried away. But yeah, this is my acoustic guitar. It's a Paul Reed Smith A60 acoustic, which they were kind enough to send me. And I love it. This is what I was playing on tour with Andy Black last year. I played acoustic on a couple songs. Put the Gun Down was one of them. And can't remember what the other one was now. But yeah. There we go. All of my guitar amps are in the Black Veil Bride storage locker right now, so just stuck playing acoustic for the time being, but I'm okay with that. Let's see. Do you like AC/DC? Yeah, I love AC/DC. I've talked about this in interviews before, but they were actually the band that really got me into music. Before that, I was listening to bands like the Backstreet Boys and whatnot. My first ever CD that I bought was Chumbawamba. I get knocked down, but I get up again. That was the first CD I ever owned. It's not a very cool first album, but nobody's first album is cool. I feel like everybody has a lame first album. I do kind of like that song. But anyways, yeah, to get back to the topic, AC/DC was the first band that really got me, stoked on music. And again, my dad was the first one to show it to me. We were on a drive, and he just popped in their live CD, and oh man, just, yeah. I mean, how can you not get stoked when you hear that? So yeah, I was so into AC/DC, and then a few months later was when I started playing guitar. And I just loved the fact that I could create these sounds off the records I loved without having to hit play on a CD player, But yeah, I do love AC/DC. All right. First CD was the Lion King soundtrack. That's not bad. That's Elton John, right? Elton John wrote the soundtrack for the Lion King. I've been really into these Disney soundtracks lately. I watched Pocahontas a couple days ago. So good. What's the other one? Little Mermaid has a great soundtrack, and actually Tarzan is one of my favorites. I don't know the lyrics, but yeah, check out Tarzan. Phil Collins wrote the music for that from Genesis, and it just is so good. Much love from Houston. Yeah, Houston. Okay, gonna dive into some more questions here. Let's see. Here's a neat one. If you like horror movies, what's your favorite horror movie? So, yeah, I feel like I'm going to disappoint a lot of people by saying this, but I can't watch horror movies because I'm just get way too scared. You know, I get too scared from watching something like CSI Miami. I can't even sleep after watching that. So yeah, I can't watch horror movies. I once had a roommate show me the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it still freaks me out. Like, I can hardly even go to the bathroom in the middle of the night because I'm just too afraid of the dark. It's a problem. And yeah, actually Angie's afraid of the dark too. So it's one of the first things we bonded over was our mutual fear of the dark. It's a problem, but you know, we learned to live with it. I saw someone say their first CD was Hannah Montana. That's pretty badass. I used to watch that show. Actually, my buddy Stacy is her drummer, and he's a great guy, and he's been drumming with her for 10 years now or something like that. So yeah, let's see, Slipknot or Motionless in White. I would say Slipknot. I love the masks, although they are pretty scary. The masks do scare me, but I think they're very cool. And yeah, Slipknot's a cool band for sure. A rock star that doesn't like horror movies. What is this? This is me. This is who I am. Just being honest with you guys, and letting you know. Hello from the UK. I love you so much. You're amazing at playing guitar. Oh, thanks. Thank you. Yeah. I've been playing a lot of bass lately for obvious reasons. Really digging it. But yeah, I still play guitar too, and I play a lot of instruments. Play a bit of mandolin, play some trumpet. I'm actually going to make a video about this next week. It's going to be called Top 5 Instruments You Didn't Know I Played, which is basically just going to be me playing some of the instruments that I play outside of what I play in rock music. So I'm going to publish that on my YouTube channel. Please subscribe to me on YouTube to see the video whenever that comes out next week. But yeah, new videos every week on my channel. Let's see. Someone still has a nightlight. They're very scared of the dark. I sympathize with that. I definitely sympathize with that. When I'm alone in a hotel room, it's pretty freaky. I do sleep with the lights on. Too much information. I understand. All right, gonna find some more questions here. Favorite book from Marley Andrews. Mary Lee Draws. Okay, so my favorite book is without a doubt Harry Potter. Actually, I have this right here. Yeah, I've read the entire series 5 times and currently working on the 6th time. I just think it's such a great story. It's just so perfect the way it plays out. And I was talking about this with my wife Rita, and I'm like, it's so good, right? And she's like, oh, I've actually never read them. And I almost had a heart attack upon hearing that. I was like, how can I be married to somebody who hasn't read the Harry Potter books? So I was like, we got to do something about this. So we've been reading them together, and we went through the first 2 very quickly. She's super into it, and we just started the 3rd one here, Prisoner of Azkaban. And yeah, we're 2 chapters in. So yeah, my favorite books are the Harry Potter series. Yeah, for sure. Apart from that, I like reading guitar magazines, bass magazines. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Somebody else hasn't read Harry Potter either. Oh, you gotta do it. Like, the movies are one thing, but the books are just a whole new level. And if you want to have a great time, just read the Harry Potter books. Trust me. Okay. Favorite animal? Well, I think we all know that. It's an eagle. It's in my name. I got the tattoo. I sculpted an eagle. I have an eagle ring. It's kind of an obsession, you might say. I got eagles on the guitar, eagles on the bass, all over the place. How do you like that rhyme? All right, new question. Let's see. Oh, wow, as luck would have it, this is from the same person who submitted the last question. Small world. Okay, so they say, my dad used to be friends with AC/DC. That's very cool. That's awesome. Here's a neat one. What style would you like me to draw you as? Wow. First of all, I just want to say I love seeing all the drawings that you guys submit, and all the drawings that you create of me and the rest of the band. We love it so much. It really means a lot to us that the music is so inspiring and is resonating so well with you guys that it entices you to create art based around us. That really is just the coolest thing. And I've really seen some amazing drawings. Like, some of them are so realistic, and I even have friends, reach out and text me and say, hey, like, that picture you shared of yourself looks so realistic. Like, man, that's so crazy. So yeah, keep them coming. And anyways, what style would you like me to draw you as? I would love if you drew me as a Dragon Ball Z character. Yeah, that's one of my favorite TV shows. So draw me as a Dragon Ball Z character. That'd be pretty badass, I think. Okay. Any embarrassing moments on stage? Let's see. There's been a couple. The one that comes to mind, last summer when I was on tour with Andy in his solo band, I almost accidentally murdered him on stage, which was horrible. I'll elaborate on that in a sec. So, we're playing a show, and I'm about to take a guitar solo. And then Andy starts, like, walking over to me. I think he's coming to rock out and, like, go back to back or something. Turns out he was just actually trying to walk past me. And I didn't know that, so I, like, kind of, like, fell into him a bit, like, nudged him. And he wasn't expecting this, so he, like, sort of stumbled and then, like, walks off stage. I think everything's okay. Next thing I know, he, like, stops singing, and they're telling us to cut the song. Turns out that he was actually sucking on a lozenge to, like, soothe his voice. And when I had bumped into him, the lozenge got wedged into his trachea and was prohibiting his breathing. And he had to, like, get it Heimlicked out of him. And yeah, he didn't almost die, but he wasn't too happy about it. And luckily the paramedics were able to cure him up. And I thought I was for sure going to get fired after that. I was very embarrassed. But I ended up getting a promotion instead. So, yeah, that was probably an embarrassing moment for sure for me, wedging a lozenge into the trachea of the lead singer in the middle of a show. It's never something I planned on doing. So hopefully it doesn't happen again. All right, let's see. More questions here. I love this story so much every time. Yeah, I don't. But I'm glad that you like it. Poor Lonny. Yeah, what can I say? All part of a day's work. You know what I mean? Okay. What was the first BBB song you heard? It was, I believe it was In the End. Yeah, I remember checking out the band for the first time. Typed them into YouTube, and I'm pretty sure it was In the End that came up. And yeah, it's kind of funny because the first thing I saw of the band was a photo from Set the World on Fire era with, like, the massive hair when everyone had, and, like, the makeup and all the studs. And I really liked that because I was always, in the past drawn to bands with, like, big hair and who really went over top with the image. So I was like, oh, this is great, like a band that actually looks like a band. I love that about them. So I went to check them out, and I listened to In the End, and I was like, oh, cool, the music is great. The music is awesome. I love it. I'm totally going to be into this band. And I remember also being slightly disappointed that the singer had cut his hair in that video. I was like, damn, I kind of missed the big hair. But yeah, I think we can all agree that Andy looks great, regardless of what hairstyle he chooses to have at a given time. Let's see. Gonna look for some more questions. Thanks for submitting these, guys. Again, Mary Lee draws. I don't mean to keep picking questions from the same person. This is just totally coincidence. Do you and Andy have a beard competition? I'd say we have an unspoken beard competition going on right now because he is also growing one. And we've always had this thing between us where he's like, he thinks I can grow the best beard, and I keep saying that he can't grow a beard at all. So I think he's really trying to prove a point and show me that he can grow a great beard. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see once this isolation is over who's got the who's got the better beard. But yeah, it's a friendly competition. So let's see. What else have we got here? You're winning by far. Ah, thanks. I just wish I could sing as well as him. What are your hobbies? So sculpting is a big one. I don't mean to keep talking about the sculpture, but I'm so proud of it. And it feels really cool to be able to be proud of something that isn't music related, because I have so many things that I'm proud of that I've done in my life, but they're all music related, which is cool, and that's what I've always wanted. But it's nice to, create something that I love that is completely separate, and it's sort of refreshing for me in that sense. Apart from that, I really like water skiing. You guys probably don't know that about me. I enjoy slalom skiing, which is like one ski behind a boat. Pretty active in that, and I love doing that whenever I get a chance. My dad has a boat, and he takes me a lot. So I love water skiing. What else? Weightlifting. I don't know, staying in shape. Lately, creating YouTube videos, working on my YouTube channel. Playing music, obviously. Growing my beard. These are things I've been doing while in quarantine. Okay. Gonna look for another one here. Do you do much visual art? Sometimes I make drawings. Lately I've been into sculpting. A lot of it's auditory art though. That's kind of where I put the most of my time. What Harry Potter house are you in? So I answered this in a previous Q&A video, but so I did the test online, the Pottermore test, and it said I was a Ravenclaw. And then about a couple years after that, me and my wife went to the Warner Bros. Studio tour, and I got to try on the sorting hat, like the one from the movie, and it said I was a Gryffindor. So now I'm at an eternal struggle. Am I a Gryffindor because that's what the sorting hat said, or am I a Ravenclaw because that's what the test said? So you tell me. I don't know. I have many sleepless nights over this, but working on getting through it. Wackiest hairstyle you've ever had? There's been a bunch. I've always enjoyed experimenting. There was actually a time in late 2016, I think. Yeah, I had blonde hair. At least I tried to have blonde hair. There's photos on my Instagram page if you want to scroll way down. But yeah, I tried to bleach my hair, and it just didn't turn out that well. I did 3 coats of bleach. I bleached it 3 times, and it just turned into like a dark orangish color. It wasn't really the blonde that I was after. And I had it for one day. So I did it. I went and bought travel insurance that day, I remember. I came home. I was like, screw it. I went back to black. And then, that was it. And there's a couple photos that exist from that time period. But yeah, that was probably the wackiest hairstyle I've ever had. Let's see. Blonde? Yeah. I know, right? It's crazy. Blonde hair. I kind of want to go back to blonde someday, but I would just get it done professionally. I mean, I think it could look cool, but it would just have to be done right. Like more of like a white than blonde. Anyways. Okay. Ravendor. Yeah, that would be my Harry Potter house for sure. Glad to see so many fellow Harry Potter fans on here. Favorite BVB album? I think Wretched and Divine has the majority of the songs that I throw on instinctively. But they all definitely they're all great. It's like I think it's Wretched and Divine, and then I put on Set the World on Fire, and I'm like, oh my god, like there's so many good ones on this too, right? Or like even We Stitch These Wounds. And the 4th record has always been cool too, because I remember they recorded that album in Vancouver, or at least a part of it, and that's where I'm from. And I remember being like, oh cool, they're in my city, like recording this album, and I thought that was neat. And like I had worked in the studio that they recorded that in, so yeah, it was cool, kind of following the process of them recording that album. So that one's always meant a lot to me too. But yeah, Veil's great too. I love the production on that. I personally really enjoy how they went in a bit of more like a poppy approach on Veil. There's some more electronics and stuff like that in it. So I'm a big fan of the Veil album. Let's see. What's your favorite kind of food? I like all kinds of stuff. My favorite snack is frozen blueberries. Really into it. Just right out of the bag, frozen into a bowl. Can't beat it. Been into those ever since I was a kid. Been really into Moroccan food lately too. My wife is Moroccan, so she's been making me tagines and couscous and stuff like that. I love Italian food as well. Big fan of Caesar salad. You know how it is. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Whoa. How is your hair so perfect? I really appreciate the fact that you think my hair is perfect. I always find stuff that bothers me about it. But yeah, thanks. All I do is I just kind of like comb it while I'm blow drying it to get it straight, and then put a flat iron to it, and then I put some Moroccan argan oil on it to give it like sort of a sleek look. Yeah. What else do we got here? Stage fright tips. Yeah, so I think stage fright is something that anybody can go through at one point or another. One sec, Andy's saying something here. Top 5 Merrily Draws and Lonny moments. Yeah. That's who was submitting all the questions that I kept pressing on. Totally a coincidence. Anyway, stage fright tips. Yeah, so to elaborate on that, I think it's something that we all go through to some extent or another. I think really the main thing you can do to avoid stage fright is to just be as prepared as possible. Spend as much time as you can practicing before the show, and that'll help. Because really all stage fright is, and being nervous is just being afraid of the future, afraid of what's about to happen. So if you can eliminate as many variables as possible by just practicing as much as you can, whatever it is, that's going to help. Like before the first Black Veil Brides show I did in Mexico, I probably would have been pretty nervous, but I spent like 8 hours a day for about a month just playing the songs at home, and then practicing the harmonies. So by the time the show came, I felt very prepared, and all the music was kind of second nature for me at that point. And I'd kind of like grown up listening to the music as well, but it's different getting it under your fingers and playing it on bass. So yeah, the more preparation you can do beforehand, the better you'll feel in the moment. So that's all I would say. But yeah, also remember too, like if you're talking about performing music, one thing I always try to remind myself is that it's not the end of the world if you make a mistake, right? It's like we're just up there entertaining so that people can have a good time. And at the end of the day, it's live music, right? If people want to hear a perfect show, they can go and put on the album. But we're just up there having a great time. And yeah, although we all feel very confident in our craft, if the odd mistake happens, just trying to remind myself it's not the end of the world. So, hope that helps you. How many beard wigs do you own? You caught me. This is totally a wig. Yeah, it's just painted on. Oh, man. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Have you watched Tiger King? Yes, I have. The show's crazy. I thought it was just going to be a documentary about tigers, and then it goes into all this crazy stuff, and man, holy crap. Have you guys seen the reunion show with Joel McHale? The new episode, because that one's pretty good. Whoop. Flipped the camera. That's my TV. It's a 50-inch. Pretty stoked about it. Okay. Here's a cool one. What country can't you wait to play in? Let's see. So many. I love playing all over, you know. I love playing in the States because it's so big and there's so many spots. The UK is awesome because a lot of my favorite bands come from there. Led Zeppelin's from there, you know, The Who, Rolling Stones. I can't wait to go to Australia because I've always wanted to see koala bears in real life and very much looking forward to that. Yeah, every country, you know, Italy, Belgium, Austria. I don't want to leave anybody out, but you know, anywhere that there's a crowd willing to watch us play, it's just an honor to play for you guys. And you know, we definitely can't wait to get back out there and perform. It's all we want to do. Trust me when I say that. We just want to get back out on tour as soon as possible. Okay. Let's see. All right, just gonna answer a couple more here. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and thanks to everybody who's stayed up really late. If you're over in Europe or Asia right now and it's like the middle of the night over there, thanks for staying up and hanging out with us. Did you take guitar lessons? So yeah, when I started playing, I taught myself for about 6 months. I learned from friends. I learned over the internet on websites. I bought books, you know, books from music stores. And then my parents put me in guitar lessons, and I had several guitar teachers over the years. And yeah, after that, I graduated high school, and then I went to study music at a university in Vancouver. So yeah, I studied music for 4.5 years in university, and I earned a bachelor's degree in jazz guitar. And from there, you know, I've always just kept teaching myself, and the learning never really ends, you know. Like, there's always something new to learn, and it's like the kind of thing, the more you know, the more you realize that you don't know. Like, I thought guitar would be a lot easier before I started, and now I'm like, man, I'm never going to be as good as I want to be. But we do what we can. When did you get your lip ring? I got my lip ring in 2013, I think it was. Yeah, there was a time where I started working with an artist, and it was my first time working with a major label artist, and I was like, okay, I got to start looking more like a rock star. So I got my lip piercing, and I had always had the same one for a while. I had a silver one, and just a month ago or so, I changed to this black one here. So I went from silver to black, and I'm kind of digging it. Yeah. And there was a time where I did get a nose piercing on the other side. And that lasted about a week, and I took it out. I just thought it was like too much. It just wasn't fitting right with my face. I thought it would look cool, but I wasn't really vibing with it. Maybe I'll try it again at some point, though. Let's see. Well, there's like 1 million of this. How long have you had your lip ring? Oh, well, there you go. Same question. So I got it in 2013, so however long that's been, 7 years or so. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna answer probably just 1 or 2 more questions here. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. Happy to hang out with you. Okay, here's the big finale. Where's the eagle blanket? So for those of you who have been a Patreon on The Andy Show and have seen me as a guest on there, you've probably heard me talk about my eagle blanket, which is a blanket I have with an eagle on it. That's where it got the name, the eagle blanket. So I got it right here to show you guys. Very rock and roll, I know. So that's it. It's a blanket with an eagle, super soft. Great for watching movies and reading Harry Potter underneath. So yeah, that's the eagle blanket. Yeah, it was a Christmas gift from my dad. So anyways, guys, I think that's it for me. But thanks for tuning in. You know, I always love connecting with you guys, and I really appreciate the warm welcome into the band. It's truly been a great 6 or 7 months, or however long I've been a part of it. And yeah, I can't wait to see what else comes. You know, we can't wait to get back out on tour. Can't wait to release new music for you guys. Thanks for listening to the new EP, The Vengeance and Saints of the Blood. We're super proud of the songs. We recorded them all ourselves, did everything on our own. and stoked to see that you guys are digging them. So keep listening to the band, and we'll keep making songs for you. Can't wait to get back out on tour. And yeah, say bye to my sculpture. Yeah, he's got a pretty mean personality. I didn't mean for him to look so vicious, but yeah, he looks super pissed off. I don't know why. Anyways, guys, thanks again. Catch you next time.